Hey everyone. Today we're going to be going over OnPing's Lumberjack remote application. The Lumberjack remote application allows you to share data between different Lumberjacks. As a motivating example, I've drawn up this diagram. Here we have a water tower. This water tower has a tank level that's being pulled by this Lumberjack. It goes up into OnPing and into our cloud services. Over here we have a water treatment plant. It needs this tank level in order to perform proper operations. Ordinarily, you might use a radio network between these two devices. However, topology has made this prohibitive. Using OnPing, you can leverage normal cellular networks in order to get the data from the water tower to the water treatment system, thanks to the Lumberjack remote app. Hopefully that makes you see how this might be a useful addition to your automation tools. Let's take a look at how it works. The first thing to note is the Lumberjack remote app goes on the device receiving the data, not the device sending the data. From the point of view of the device sending the data, nothing is different about this situation than regular OnPing. From the point of view of the device receiving the data, it's going to be looked up in OnPing and then put onto the Lumberjack. First, where to find the Lumberjack remote. You should have a driver add links and then add a Lumberjack remote. Click on New Location and give your new Lumberjack remote location a name. I like to call them from wherever this data is coming from. So from, in this case, water tower. From water tower. You're then going to pick the Lumberjack that you're going to install the Lumberjack remote on. So in our case, it'll be VLJ 953, which is already selected. My port is going to stay the same, and I want it to poll every 60 seconds with 2 retries. I'll go ahead and put it in our water treatment demo and then save it. Okay, now I have a place to add parameters. Let's go ahead and go to the Lumberjack remote page in our widget list in order to add a parameter to it. Here we don't have that page, so let me go ahead and add that real fast. First, I'll click Edit Dashboard and add a panel and call it Lumberjack Remote Configuration. And I always like to give these kind of panels a cogs icon. Then I'll click plus widget. And then what we want is a Lumberjack remote driver here. So I'll click that. Now this is my Lumberjack remote driver, and this is where I'll look one up. Let me go ahead and save and get out of edit dashboard mode. And now when I hit refresh, you'll see that it's still here. So let's find the Lumberjack remote app that we just started. Plow demo, water treatment, and water treatment from water tower. So here we have a spot that I can now add parameters that'll be saved onto our Lumberjack. To do that, I click Edit Parameters, and then I pick a parameter that I want to add. So I'm going to pick one from Post Oak Energy, which is our fake company here. And I have this unit, called it water level here. I'll go ahead and grab it. And then click Add Parameters. And now notice when I click Add Parameters, I see the PID that I have selected. I see the site and location. And then I see the result. And then I see where it's going. I can change that description, so I just have it say water level. Then I can save. And when I click away, just to refresh it, you can see I have this data. Now notice the parameter I chose doesn't have any data, so the output parameter also doesn't have any data. And these are always kept in sync as best as possible. So when this value updates, this value will update. In other words, the last update time will be as close as possible to this last update time relative to your polling frequency. Let's pick a different parameter that actually has some data though. So we'll pick this one. Again, this is just for an example. Add parameters, and then save after I change it to water level 2. Now, if we wait just a second, we'll see this one update. Notice that this time and this time are very close to each other. Also notice that this one here didn't poll because this one didn't poll. It's very useful that this will match this. In other words, if this hasn't polled in 20 minutes, this won't poll either. So you can use that to set up proper comm losses and heartbeats, handshakes, whatever you need to make sure that you keep these things in sync and take into account comm loss. Once you've done this, you have this new PID that can be used in OnPing just as a regular parameter. And you'll see it in any of our normal screens. So as an example, let me go back to our HMI here and click Indicator and find the parameter we just made, which again will be in water treatment. And here you'll see it has the PID in the 2 location. Now we have our 11 here. So as easy as that, you can share data between 2 different sites remotely. Very, very straightforward and very simple to do. All right, hopefully you found this video useful, and if you have any questions, please let us know.